The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Anybody who's gone through renovations, I think, would agree it's like ridiculously daunting. Like there's so much stuff going on, and I feel so inept, and I know so little things. Here's how bad it got. Like it got so bad that I was reading a book about ladders.
Okay.
So I was reading a book about ladders, although I suppose really I'd call it more of a step-by-step guide.
Really? Really? Okay.
Yeah!
Okay. All right. The show's over. That's it. That's it.
Did you see that one coming?
I didn't. I thought you were doing a reno again. You've done renovations.
I know. That's why it's so perfect.
Oh, jeez. My bad. I fell for it. That's it.
Hopefully you and everybody listening. Welcome to the show, everybody. So happy to be back with you. Right off the top, big bunch of thank yous. We had so many amazing interactions this week on Twitter. You know, I'll say from this side of the microphone, Jeff and I have an absolute blast. Yeah. This is wonderful. Like I don't know that Jeff and I could ever be more appreciative of how fun this is to do. We love doing this every week. But when you get feedback from people who have listened to it, like it might seem small, like I'll just write a small note or something. Like it weighs heavy on our hearts. It's amazing to hear from people and like hear words of encouragement or suggestions or gaming dad wins. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, it's good to know people are out there listening and then responding. That's awesome. That's I love that. I love that conversation.
Yeah, and just gaming dad like wins and victories and like going through the various parts of fatherhood that we went through. We get to reflect back upon it. It's awesome. So like call outs this week. Benevolent Knight at Benevolent Knight 2 at New Dad Gaming. I want to thank these guys. Our first baby is now only 2 weeks away, and I've been binging the 3 years of these podcasts on runs, and it's been awesome. Becoming a dad is both exciting and terrifying, but as New Dad Gaming always say, it doesn't mean it's game over.
That's amazing. That's
T-minus 2 weeks before the baby arrives.
Yeah.
God.
Do you remember that time? That's that's nerves are on edge. I remember cleaning like window screens, like just weird stuff around the house. I'm like, nope, got to prepare, got to go for this.
Got to be ready. Man, so to reach it out, it's amazing. Jeff, you nailed the perfect response. Congrats on your player 3 and appreciate the kind words and listens. Player 3 choice. That's so great. Benevolent Knight, cannot wait for the arrival of your kid and hopefully for many episodes more. From at Dongi Forever states, I started enjoying this podcast since one day I'll be a dad, so better start studying now.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah, I think what we should start to do is like timestamp podcasts where it's like if you have a 2-year-old, at this point Trevor had a 2-year-old. And at this point he had his second 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So if you want to compare how everything goes down. The Nick Fat Knight. So he's from the Smashing Game Time podcast. So definitely go check out those guys at Smashing Game Time. But at Nick Fat Knight, at Nick Fat Knight says, Nick from Smashing Game Time here. Thanks for the dad love, you guys. The balance between keeping up with the hobby and feeling like I'm being a good dad is one tough act.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, that's a hard balance that we've struggled with throughout the years that we've been doing it. But it's good to, we have our wins, we have our fails. We like to put it out there, share it with crowds. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, and once I get into my first story, you'll see how delicate a balance it is.
Yeah.
As I found out this week. But more on that soon. And of course, great friend of the show, Matt at SCC_DA_Matt, Matt. Oh, I'll catch up on my New Dad Gaming episodes today. ... Stop making me want to spend money. Of course, our weekly struggle with each other, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We just egg each other on. We're like, you're gonna buy this at the end of our show. You're gonna buy this. You were kind of wavering at the start, but you're gonna end up buying it.
And then he quote tweets us, I could get a Backbone or Steam Deck, and that would be great and super convenient. As I think about how much my Switch just draws my son's attention as he throws it around. Okay, but I could play it in bed. Realizing make it about 5 minutes before I pass out.
Yep. That's a gaming dad move for sure. I've done that many times, so can relate there.
Yeah, so as I said, bottom of our hearts, absolutely sincere. You guys cannot understand how much it means to us to hear and interact with like fellow gaming dads. Hilarity. You guys are damn funny. It's so great to interact. It's so great to see Gaming Dad wins. People about to become dads playing games. This is all just warms our hearts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, as far as striking a balance, as was mentioned,
Right.
an update to the Sega that's going for a couple weeks. When we last left off, our valiant hero,
Last episode, or
Trevor's kids had started acting horribly.
yeah.
Really went off the rails. And as, long pandemic, Christmas break, an extended Christmas break too, because they didn't go back to school, and renovations in my house, way too much screens. It was known, became a problem, was kind of pinpointed as the likely cause of a lot of the issues. Taken away. Kids started to act better. They were about to get their games back. Blue shelled by the teacher saying, hey, your kid's not doing great in school right now.
Right.
So, okay, kids, I was about to give your games back. Yoink!
That's it.
You get none. Updated where we're at right now.
Okay.
So, good news, bad news. The kids are doing great in school.
Okay.
We had a parent-teacher interview. We were just going to discuss the behavior and how we can work together. I found we're very, very blessed with great teachers around here, where it's very much about let's get on a call together. Let's figure out how you teachers, us parents, can work together so that the kid will best succeed. Really great to see. I'm very, very happy about that. We get on this phone call with them, and one of the first things they say is I don't know what you did.
Oh no.
But this is a completely different kid. He's so great. It's like, son, I'm very torn.
Yeah.
I run a podcast about fathers gaming with their kids. And your father removing games from your life has
It affects this show. It affects this show, Trevor.
Undoubtedly benefited you and your school life.
Yeah.
It's like, man, if you ever wanted to poison your own drinks, you'll never play a game again. You done did it. Okay. Let's lay everything on the line to be very super clear. School comes first. He's got to be good. Being respectful, being good to everyone, being a kind kid, being gentle, that takes paramount, before gaming. So it's not come on, be good enough so we can play games. Blah. No, obviously not. On some superficial funny level though, just hearing that feedback hit my ears is how are we gonna play games, man? If this works so well,
did you say it to the teacher? Did you say it you know what? Well, actually, we sat him down. We had that conversation. It was a nice talk, and he just went back and did his best. Did you mention video games at all, or did?
So it wasn't only video games. It was all screens because
right.
Because in truth, the other thing too, it's not like he watches 6 hours of YouTube, but because of the hour of Minecraft, that was tweaking him. No, it's in its entirety. It's all about the digital FaceTime he was having, which is a non-starter. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
So we had removed all screen time, and that's how it was presented to the teachers, where we're not sure what you did or how that works, and it's one of the things we have hammered into him is that until he helps those who are trying to help him, no screens,
right.
And at this stage, I think what's going to have to happen is, and this weekend we had a bit of a trial. This week he did really great. On the weekend, everything else was great, and it's you know what, you can have some game time, unsupervised, just for an hour or so, just have at it, have some fun, you did really great. You have to keep it up.
Right.
But then this question became, okay, so do I get this every day now? It's
right. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
No, because this is going to be a weekend thing now, because during the week, you've got to study, you've got to focus in, you need to be in a different headspace. So we're gonna back it off, and we're trying to slowly massage that as part of his message that gaming is a fun extracurricular activity. It's a fun thing that we'll all do together, me and them, to play together on weekends, on family days.
See, that's interesting, because we were in that phase too, in the beginning of school, grade 1, grade 2, and there was no screens after school during the week because they couldn't handle it. It wouldn't happen. So it was a weekend thing for a while, and then it slowly moved back in. But now we're even with some of his friends, some of my 8-year-old's friends, they can't play during the week. So it's an easier sell. Sometimes they're like, oh, well, my friends can't play, so I'll do something else. But yeah, so we were kind of in that same space. I mean, it kind of took off. We're in the stratosphere of screen time, to be honest, just with everything going on. So
Yeah, I think it's that. It's good. This is just a setting of boundaries because it's in many ways you find out what your kid can handle, and you reel it back. So this weekend I think represented one of his first forays back into gaming, a little bit like he used to. Nowhere near as bad, but still just like, here's a bit of a taste of what you used to do. How does it affect you? And then we're gonna see how the week goes. But I'm confident that with the removal of screens during the week, like I think his good behavior is gonna continue. And also too, I have found that generally with and the teacher noted this as well, that once that positive reinforcement starts to come in, where he's seen what it's like to be good at school and to receive like the good marks and to receive like the stickers for like good behavior and everything, and the teacher was even mentioned like his classmates were like cheering him on and things are going great.
Well, I think have good teachers. I don't like
it's really I'm trying to imagine like not having.
Yeah, just
especially with a kid like him, because ultimately it's just school does not jive with him. Like, right. It's just like it's a personality thing, and it's there's only so much you can do, and if you didn't have that right teacher to kind of guide it, yowza, like my lord.
I mean, it sounds like you lay down the boundaries. He's leveling up as he goes along, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like he's seeing those, benefits of what that effort level can get him. So, well, that's good. I think you played your cards right. I think it was a good, I know what I'm doing moment, right? When you look back, like this is gonna work.
The initial sentence though, just like, I don't know what you did, but this kid is just like, it's like, I know what I did. It sucked.
I punished myself.
I got a podcast that's gonna die in the vine. Thanks.
Now let's get your teacher on. Let's bring them on.
Well, so it's great. It's a great place to navigate, and I think I'll be curious to see how his younger brother comes about too, because once the first one is forging the path as far as boundaries.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I grew up, that's very much what happened. Like I had such an easy childhood in some ways, because my older brother, like, he pushed all the boundaries, right? He pushed everything so far to the edges that by the time I came sailing through, it's like, oh, this is easy. I just don't see. As long as I don't go that far over there, I'll be okay.
Yeah, as firstborn, I know what forging ahead can get you in terms of responsibility and that punishment. Like, I made this path for you. I fought hard to get us here. Don't screw it up.
Respect your elders.
That's right. See these stress lines.
Those that came before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one. I couldn't be happier. I'm beyond thrilled that he's doing great in school, and it was nice to see as a gaming dad that setting the boundaries, working collectively with him on it, and just sticking to our guns has yielded great results. So I think a lesson for gaming dads to consider and how to proceed and level up your kids, as you said.
Nice. Yes.
Something that could use some leveling up would be the marketing departments of some gaming Valentine's cards that you found, Jeff. What is this hot garbage?
Okay. So we went to, one of the grocery stores, whatever, and we were like, oh, we should buy some Valentine's Day cards for my 8-year-old to hand them out. My 11-year-old, they don't do that in grade 6, so he did not want any. So my 8-year-old's like, yeah, I want them. We'll get Animal Crossing ones. I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. That's on brand. A lot of people like Animal Crossing, right? And then we get these back, and all the cards just have the pictures of the characters with Happy Valentine's Day. There's no like witty sayings. There's nothing Animal Crossing like.
Yeah, to supply to really nail that home. We are looking at a picture that Jeff has posted. There's 3 Valentines with the pictures from Animal Crossing. This is official Animal Crossing Nintendo merchandise.
Yep.
And on every single one, where there's a sentence, just Happy Valentine's Day.
That's it.
Jeff, give me 2 Animal Crossing Valentine's titles off the top of your head. Go.
You're like a million bells, right? The in-game currency to Animal Crossing. You're a catch, right? Animal Crossing, you do a lot of fishing. Like, honestly, like, there's KK Slider. He's right there in the picture. KK Slider just, like, plays music. You could do a musical lyric. You don't even have to know anything about Animal Crossing. Where are these?
Yeah. I love having you in my neighborhood.
Yep.
You can come to my town anytime.
There you
Like,
go.
it's like, let's choose apples. It's just like, it is so easy. What are you doing? So you have a Final Fantasy card, Final Fantasy 7 card. And instead of something like, with you, I'm on cloud 9,
Yeah.
it's just, have a great day.
Have a.
It's like, what are we doing here? Why would you bought the thought that you would pay for the license of officially licensed Animal Crossing cards and then
just not do anything with it?
It doesn't even have to be good. Like, these are for 6-year-olds.
It doesn't have to be good.
For 8-year-olds, sorry.
Yeah. No.
It just has to be something on brand. It's so, as a gaming dad, it's so aggravating to see this. I hate this picture.
I know. I was going to cut out the top and make my own sayings on the back. And just no, it's this now. Nintendo can sue me. I don't care.
You're seeing all this like whiteout spread on each single one, and Jeff's handwriting. It's like, this can't stand. No son of mine is giving out this subpar trash.
That's right. This doesn't work for me. So no, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna return it. Well, I signed them all, Dad. No, pack them up. We're returning it to the store.
And then after you do that, so Jeff has now gone and whited out all of them and put his own special catchphrases.
Yeah.
So one day your kid arrives home and a little card like drops into the floor. Oh, what's this? It's the Animal Crossing one, like just plain. Who gave this to you? You are not their friend. Who gave this to you? You're not to see this.
You are not to hang out with them at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It was disappointing to say the least. Just put some effort.
Oh man, I can't just describe it. It's just so upsetting. Like if it was Mario or like anything, it's like level up.
Nintendo does better on their emails. Like I think I got a Valentine's email from Nintendo and it had a fun saying, and you could print out your own cards. I'm like, maybe I should just do that and pay for the ink.
Oh Lord! All right. So if any other gaming dads have a Valentine's Valentine's fail, feel free to send it along. It'll be hard pressed to beat this.
That's right.
Unless it's just the entire wrong.
I'm
wrong property. That'd be pretty good.
I'm wondering if there's alternative Animal Crossing Valentines out there. I just got the wrong one. I got the rejects.
Could be. Oh, now you had a very interesting situation with your kids. A real flipping of the script.
Yeah.
As it was with them coming, as I understand it, they beat a game and they came back around to you to prescribe you playing it. Is that right?
Yeah, this is I don't know, is this a gaming dad fail or a win? I'm not sure because it feels like I failed them.
Or you failed yourself, maybe.
Yeah, they both my kids both beat Paper Mario Origami King on the Switch. They said it was a great game. They come to me saying, "Hey Dad, I know you were playing a bunch of other games," because I was kind of bored one day and I was just dipping into whatever. And they're like, "You should really play this one. It's a great game. It's got lots of colors. It's pretty easy, so you'll do, it's not Dark Souls."
It's pretty easy. Ow! You didn't mention that part.
Yeah. No, they, a couple digs at me.
Shade.
So they're like, as long as you don't play on our account, you start new on your account.
Okay. It's not just, hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to digest this. This is problematic on a lot of fronts.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So first it's them coming to you saying, "Hey, you should play this game. We beat it." So, okay, that's a bit weird. And then secondly, don't worry, it's not too hard.
Yep. Yeah. Like I would be stressed out playing it or something. I don't know. Maybe I was in one of those moods where it's just like, nothing's going right. And they're like, "Hey Dad, you can play this game. Don't worry, it's not too hard. It's not going to stress you out."
This is like an old school, just like come sit on your comfy chair, except like, "Hey, come jump in this comfy game, Dad. This will calm me down."
Yeah. Come to us if you have any questions. We can help you through it.
Wow. So the insult, the flipping of the script, that's a lot to unpack. How you feeling, Jeff? Do you like
and
this
start
game?
your own save too, right? So
that's right. To start your own save.
I couldn't even start on their stuff. I'm like, can't even have the progress that they got. So I don't know if there's a new game plus or anything, but I couldn't have it. I had to start my own save.
It's like, kids, like you're the ones who destroy my save game. Kids, like I wish you had a list of every time they pulled that on you. It's like, let's go through my dad's big book of destroyed games by his kids, shall we? Like September the 1st, you deleted my Final Fantasy VII save.
Yeah.
I had all materia. Like it just like ripped through your book of all the times they've ruined a game of yours.
I mean, we could probably put a clip show together, and I could just play it back to them because they've said a bunch on this show. So yeah, it was just, they were putting it out there, maybe because I've put it out there to them after they've done it. But yeah, so it's I have started Paper Mario on my kids' recommendation, which is great. It's a good game. I'm glad they recommended it. It's it's odd spot though, like that I didn't get them to play it, so they pushed it to me.
So I'll say what is good if you do like push. So this all hurts. So I think you're gonna need a week. You're gonna need a week to recover. Everybody sends thoughts and prayers to Jeff.
That's right.
During this difficult time, it does bode well, I think, for a future, a place where we will get to one time. Kids are off on their own; they're kind of up and doing their own lives, and the thought that if they're still in our lives and they're able to kind of reach in and say like, "Hey, Dad, like there was this really awesome like RPG that I played. I think you might like it."
Yeah.
So it becomes this kind of source. Like it becomes that gaming dad dream of like a true gaming buddy as they kind of grow into their own independent gamers.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thought that I'm gonna hang on to mask the pain that I'm going through right now. But yeah, they absolutely could like to see something out there, play something with their friends or something that maybe I haven't played, and recommend that back. That would be great. I think that's something that is that gaming dad kind of win in my mind. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe not, right now, but in the future when I'm not as plugged in as I am, older, grayer.
Oh.
So
my goodness. Oh, that hurts. That's a lot going on there.
It's a good game though. I'll recommend it to you. Is that okay? I think that's okay. I mean, just
that's what the show's about. Like
right. Yeah. It's coming from my kids though.
No, it's coming from you. That's
okay.
Fine.
All right.
It's one podcast host to another.
That's right. Okay.
God, that would be a wild one where it's like your kids started advising me what games to play. That would be a stretch too far. But now if any gaming dads listening have had a similar situation, I'm kind of curious to know too from listeners if you have a relationship with your dad where you gamed with them, and have you ever pitched something to them saying, hey, like you like this game? Is that something you've interacted with? Or are you at a stage with your kids where they're suggesting things back to you? Or just giving you sass mouth as Jeff has received?
Yeah, maybe I'm not alone. Help me out.
Would love to hear that at New Dad Gaming or newdadgaming.com. As far as recommendations go, we could use a number of them because both of us just serendipitously have kind of started to dip into iOS Game Pass, or what's it called with iOS?
Their Apple Arcade. Yeah,
Apple Arcade. So serendipity, like we didn't plan it, but we just both have happened to start to dip into it. Why are you back into it? Like what had happened on your side?
Well, my kids wanted one of the games that's included in Apple Arcade, and instead of paying $6 for that game, didn't have a trial. Not sure if they actually liked it. Apple Arcade has another free trial again, so I'm like, here's 30 days of free games. Download it, see if you like it. By the way, there's a bunch of other stuff that I actually like better and that I can play on here. So let's try this out. So that's where I came from, and that happened today, just before this recording. So I'm back in that fold, and somehow I have taken this free trial before. I don't know what Apple's doing. Maybe they renewed that out. So just FYI, if anyone's had that before, I'm on the free trial again. I don't know.
Was it is there a new device you got in your household, or
Nope.
just new year, new trial?
New year, I think new trial, because we reviewed Apple Arcade when it came out on this show, and maybe that was a year or two ago. But yeah, it's renewed. So, and it applies to the family, which is great. So maybe that's cool. The part of it. But yeah, so both my kids can go Apple Arcading. But how did you get here?
So I think I came around because of the backbone. So from 2 episodes ago, I ended up bought a gaming peripheral for my iPhone, which is it just turns my iPhone into a controller. The general premise being for the Game Pass, which still has been working wonderfully. Very, very pleased.
Right.
Surprised, like I'm playing hockey a lot on it. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I was surprised it could handle it, but it's quite good. Like playing NHL. Now, I'm doing that as a stream from my system, so in-house console streaming. I don't think that's included on the Game Pass.
But
The
that's really
online
good
streaming.
though. That's
It,
just the timing, right? Like the lag in input.
I thought the latency would be an issue, but it's actually
Yeah.
going great.
Wow.
And that's one of those games where it's just so non-committal, but it's just baked into my psyche because I was such a huge part of my gaming as a youth.
Right.
Like hop back in, okay, play like a quick 2-minute period match against someone, and it's awesome.
Nice.
Anyway, so Backbone still doing great, but it's left me with a certain desire to get into a meaty, full-fleshed Apple game, iOS game, and some like not rules about it, but some desires around what I don't want to just play a PC port that happens to be on iOS.
Right. Okay.
You know that I can't think of the exact title right now, but it's some stuff based on like D&D or some old kind of isometric RPGs that are older PC titles that were just like ported over.
XCOM is one. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's just like this was a PC game and now it's on iOS. It's like fine. What I'm curious about is like, all right, Apple Arcade, the new frontier. Is there any version of this gaming, especially with a true and out peripheral,
Right.
that would it's not so much excitement. It's not like I want to be the judge and jury about this thing, but it's more like for me, is there a version of mobile gaming that would be very interesting that I could take advantage of with this peripheral?
Right.
And Apple Arcade has started to look into it. I mean, as we talk, we're looking at some footage from Oceanhorn 2,
Right. Yep.
which is just an out and out knockoff of Breath of the Wild. Like it's not even trying. Like the guy's wearing the same tunic and
I
everything.
was about to say like the same colors, blonde hair. Like Link just woke up again, or and he's going around out of his little nap that he had, and it's called just Oceanhorn instead.
But fine. Like so that I know, for instance, is one of the kind of quote unquote marquee games.
Yeah.
For Apple Arcade, and I'm just starting to search through the archives to see is there any other example of what a modern iOS game is that I could experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm kind of dipping into just to see, because I see what you're saying, where you don't necessarily want that like snapshot app kind of experience, which my kids totally want. They want like the clicker heroes kind of thing, and I'm like, no, I actually want something that can not feel like a console game. I don't want to say that because it's not. It's still a phone and stuff. But Oceanhorn 2 caught my eye. There's a couple other ones in there that I might just download it. Like again, download and see if they work or not, and then just delete them because you're not paying. But yeah, it's the way they organize their games though in Apple Arcade. I don't really like. I don't know. The filters aren't great, so that's one thing that kind of goes against trying to find something that might suit your tastes.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. I mean, for instance, like I tried Genshin Impact a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Genshin and Impact. I might be I'm likely mispronouncing that one. It was just it's very too modern for me. Because there is 30 characters. Each character has 8 pieces of equipment. Each piece of equipment has an upgrade path and multiple upgrade paths.
Holy, okay, I didn't know
And it's just
that.
like the calculus is just I can't do this. Like that's just like so you use your sprite ember on your spirit sash, and if you get enough of them, your spirit sash will level up to a spirit double sash. At which point, and I'm what is this? I can't like. I'm sure people get into it. It's a pretty popular game on Twitch.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking. It is cool. I think people might like it. I'm just saying from my old dad perspective, it's just a lot to handle, and especially with my limited time, I can't spend time researching it.
I wouldn't want those, because you have to grind in that game, right? Like if you screwed up and that is like gone, like you upgraded the wrong thing and you're kind of like backed into a corner. I wouldn't be able to handle that. That would be just psychologically breaking to me. I'd be like, nope, sorry, peace out.
Yes. So one I did want to try though. So you had reminded me some Monster Hunter stories. I've always admired Monster Hunter from afar, largely because of Final Fantasy XII's kind of Monster Hunt mini game that they had.
Yeah.
So if it's actually kind of full feature like Monster Hunt was, like this feels like it could be kind of a nice, subtle, grindy thing where it's like, okay, let's spend some time and make some progress, but there's not a big time sink of you need to spend like a good 3-hour chunk a couple times a week to really make progress in this, as opposed to, come and spend 20, 30 minutes, make some progress in and out.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a good experience when you have that kind of game. Just in and out, you made some progress and you're good. That one I haven't played myself, so if I recommend it to you and it sucks, please let me know so I don't download it and spend my time and you can take that hit. So that'd be great.
There you go. I'll let you know how that goes. Watching this video actually does not give me a lot of hope.
I was about to say, I'm like, it's very colorful and
it looks pretty flat, and I don't like that it's Monster Hunter, but it's removed the real-time battle and they've gone with an RPG style or JRPG style for it.
Yeah, it's almost like a Pokemon kind of, because I saw there's like 3 different kind of types in that screen. So maybe this isn't a win. Maybe this is not. I'm just failing all episodes. So
we're just trying here. But hey, that's it. That's the whole point of Arcade. You can sample, you go and else. And that's another great call out to gaming dads listening. If there is an iOS game, it doesn't necessarily have to be on Arcade. If there is an iOS game that you are just out and out a fan of, and especially all the better if it has controller support,
yes,
would really appreciate a recommendation, because trying to sort out my mobile gaming life to take best advantage of this new peripheral. Hey, I have to validate my purchase, Jeff. So that's right. Gotta find something. Help me out, gaming dads. All right. And on that call for help, we'll wrap it up for the week. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us at our website, newdadgaming.com, or at Twitter at newdadgaming. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we cannot thank you enough. Everybody who wrote in, interacted with us through the week, shared their gaming dad wins or upcoming gaming dad starts to their journey. Absolutely fantastic. Keep it up. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to see your wins. And please do reach out to us. It's fantastic. It means the world to us. Speaking of meaning the world to us, if you like the podcast, you can subscribe to it. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, all of the podcasting networks. What really would help us is if you do subscribe, and if you are able to leave a rating and a comment. That really helps boost the signal and gets us out to as many gaming dads as possible. If there's a quick shout out you'd like to give on the show, would like us to give on the show, just leave a comment and then send us a quick screenshot on Twitter, and we'll say whatever you like.
Yeah.
Anything at all. Jeff's feet smell funny. Sorry. Hey, listen. It was a request.
It's on the show now. Sorry. Yeah, that's it.
But as you said, subscribe and rate. Would appreciate it. It means the world to us. And that'll do it for this week. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. And just because he became a dad
doesn't mean it's game over.